Hey everyone, this is Tom Salta, and welcome to the Music Weeklies Challenge. I feel like an announcer there. Welcome to the Music Weeklies Challenge. Anyway, I was asked to provide this week's challenge, which is to create lobby music for a video game. So I'm going to be listening in real time to the 6 submissions that they sent me, and I'll be giving you my unadulterated real-time reactions and also a critique right afterwards based on my personal preference and also my experience in video games as to what makes the best lobby music. Are you ready? All right, let's do this. All right, so here we go. This first one is from EE Prod, and let's see. She says it could be the lobby theme for a war game. All right. Noted. Let's take a listen. And then it repeats. Okay, cool. So here's my thoughts on this one. Whenever you have something that's going to be in a menu in a lobby, there's a couple of things you want to keep in mind. One of the first ones is that you're going to hear it a lot, and it's going to be played over and over and over and over again. So the most successful lobby music that I enjoy is stuff that takes you on a bit of a journey and has a bit more variety in it. I'm not a fan of that constant drum beat. I understand the reasoning for it because it's military, so it sounds like marching or something like that. But that can get monotonous. So monotony is one of the things we really have to have like a spidey sense for and make sure that there's not internal loops and things. Like this whole thing is just 2 chords, right? So I mean, you have tiny loops in one big loop. So right there, that's a recipe for monotony. Also, I think it could have been a little, believe it or not, a little less intense or energy. I think if you took that that drum beat out and you just left with, maybe just start with the chords, just establish that if that's going to be your motif, maybe, and then maybe slowly bring in a in other words, you take advantage of the time you have, whether it's 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, whatever it is that you're assigned, because in a real project you are going to have a limited time, right? So use that time wisely, maximize it. That should be one big loop, not all these little loops in another loop. All right, and it should have variety, and maybe there can be a break in the action or just a natural growth and a swell, so that the whole shape of the piece is pleasurable to keep listening to. Anytime I go to some of my favorite games that has really good music in it, it's like I look forward to hearing that music again, and it never gets old. And a lot of times it's less is more. All right, so those are my instant thoughts on that. Good job. All right, here we go. This one is from Lemonhead. Imagine a world where modern battle royale meets classical RPG. It probably already exists, but that won't stop me from writing lobby music for it. Good for you, Lemonhead. Okay, let's take a listen. it would start over again, in a loop. Okay, so once again, we have that issue of having a very repetitive looping motif inside of something that's going to loop already. So that is going to have the issue of being monotonous very quickly. There was another thing in there which I would caution everybody about when doing looping music in general, especially lobby music, which you're going to keep hearing, is it's okay to have a theme, but if it's the whole time, pretty much, almost the whole time, that also will get old and monotonous. So, it's okay to have it's better to have a break, and maybe, you can have that theme come up right in the middle, but it shouldn't dominate the entire time, especially if that's all there is. If there's like a B section where there's a break and a reprise, and, then that actually is better. But, sometimes just having the theme the entire time could be problematic. But I think the biggest issue with that one is the fact that it had that dun 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 dun, dun never changing the entire time. So compositionally, that's going to be an issue. All right. So cool. Hopefully that was helpful. All right. The next one is from Skosh. Here's a little old school RPG lobby music. They had arena battles, right? Still on my Core Gadget mobile tip for this one. Really enjoyed the challenge. Thanks for the inspiration. All right. Cool. I'm ready for some old school. Let's do it. It is a little old school. I like it. The changes are good. The development keeps it fresh, keeps it moving, advancing. Another change. Definitely takes me back to some of the mid-90s synths. At this point, it starts to get a little boring. Maybe we don't even need this last section. Yeah. All right, well, that's cool. That's cool. I get it. That was very specific. I mean, that's going to work for certain things and not other things. Of course, it was meant to be old school RPG, maybe 8-bitty kind of looking, something like that. So it works. I think what worked about it is that there were changes and stuff in it. It was very minimal. I'm not going to critique production or sounds because it was intended to sound that way, as if it was out of one of those, synths like an early Roland, JV or one of those synths, the sample-based ones. So it was cool. It was cool. I'd say at just that end part, it got a little boring. It's like, okay, enough. In fact, it was probably even longer than it needed to be. But that's not a fault. I mean, that's fine. So yeah, overall, I think that was fine. The more variety, the better. I certainly wouldn't have minded maybe a little bit more change in some of the sounds as it went along. But overall, for what it was aiming to do, I think you hit the target pretty much, in my opinion. So, good job. Okay, here we go. This one is from Graham Casey. Carefully crafted out my earlier tracks for the month. There was a lot of procrastination this morning. I hope you like it. The melody is implied. Emoji. We like implied melodies. Let's see what we have. Waiting game. Right there, I think we have an opportunity to change the orchestration a little bit. Maybe bring in, change maybe instead of the violin on the top, maybe change the instrument to a brass or something, a French horn, and maybe enhance the low end a little bit. Now we have an opportunity for another change. See, keeping the orchestration exactly the same, that's the main issue. Boom. Okay. All right, cool. So as I mentioned as I was listening in real time, the biggest issue with me on that one is the fact that the orchestration, the instrumentation does not change the entire time. And that is going to lend itself again to the monotony issue. If you were to keep those string pads exactly as they were, the lower ones, and then just start swapping out that high melody line, that top line there, with different instruments, or maybe not at all in a certain section. You could have done 3 different changes. Let's, for example, one, you could have kept the string, right? Then you could have changed it to maybe a lower, French horn. And then maybe it could have been a vocal, maybe a female kind of vocal or something like that. Just something so that it takes you on a journey from beginning to end for the entire time, so that you're ready to start that loop again. Because right now, again, that was really the thing. It starts to get irritating only because of the repetitive nature of the static arrangement. And especially you have a string that high. It's like, it's like, I want to break, But the vibe of it, I don't know what the original melody was, so I can't tell whether it was implied or not. It sounds like it's kind of implied because there's not too much of a, it's kind of there with the chords most of the time. It was very nice. Musically, I think it's fine. Compositionally, I think you have a good track there. But again, I would just work on that element of making it so that it's refreshing to hear for a long period of time. Give yourself that 10-minute test and see if you're like, okay, or I'd like a change now. If you want to change now, put it in. So you're going to be your worst critic, and that's a good thing in this case. All right? Good job. All right, next up we have Ray from Aunt Ray Audio. Let's see here. Lots going on this week, but was too good to pass up. For the lobby theme, I thought about the map on board the Normandy in ME2, and then got all dramatic with it. Had lots of fun. Thanks for this. Mass Effect. Yes, the Normandy, the map music. I love that track. It was really good. Very Tangerine Dream, Love on a Real Train inspired kind of track. Very nostalgic and just hypnotizing. So let's see what you did. All right, cool. hypnotized by the visuals here. Interesting chords. Choir, I guess that's the drama, right? Okay, we're caught in this 2-chord thing. I'd like to hear change. Cool. You know, it sets the mood for sure. I get it. Really well done. I like the aesthetic. You know, I like the sounds. You heard me when I kind of felt that we needed a little change. And it felt like it was just, if you have limited time, use it. Whenever it's looping music like that, you know, use it. I always prefer stuff that really constantly changes and evolves and tells a story. So, you know, overall very good, but I would invite some more variety, and variety can come in all shapes and sizes, right? You have variety of sounds, you have variety of patterns and instruments, you have variety of the arrangement, you know, the elements themselves, the way they are played, whether long notes, short notes, you know, the balance of things. There's just so many ways to let something breathe and have some kind of life cycle to it, so you want to feel it again, as opposed to something that already feels very loopy and repetitive, and then you repeat that, and you know, there you go again. So but overall, really, really cool and vibey. I think if you spend a little more time maybe developing it and making it so that you yourself would enjoy listening to that for 10 minutes, then you'd have something even stronger. So, good work. Okay, last one is from Hepatonic. Let's see. All right, here's some music to listen to while waiting for a worthy opponent for a game of Chinese chess. Ooh, I like it. All right, let's see what we got. I get it. Instantly transported, for sure. Drone. Single. Toto. I like how it started with like a single element, almost, 2. Then it added a 3rd. Establishes that idea. Now we're ready for something else. There it is. Melody. Which is fine. Distant air whoos. Is that? I think there's like too much LFO on that. It sounds like an unnatural vibrato. That's strange. That's weird. I want to check that sound. Really nice though. Really like it. And what's cool about it is you see it ended like, you know, at this part at the end where it got big, and then you. And then it can go right to the beginning, right? Smoothly. That could be turned into a seamless loop, which is nice because it it builds, it evolves, and now I'm ready to kind of repeat that journey. So it has a bit of yin yang to it, right? Which is good. It's very zen. And it's also very pleasing to listen to over and over again. Yeah, so good. Yeah, very, very good work, and I like that distant, dreamy stuff. I think I even mentioned that in the brief there. So I think that was very, very well done. Other than that, really good stuff. All right. Well, thanks to everyone who watched and participated in this Music Weeklies challenge. I hope you found it informative and helpful. If you're interested in the world of video game music and you want to learn more, I invite you to check out my new masterclass series and the course, Game Music Essentials. It is chock full of information about everything from explaining what interactive music is, how it's implemented, my creative process, and also the whole business side of it. So it's really a must-watch if you are interested in this world. It also includes a one-on-one Zoom chat with me where I can evaluate your material, and it includes monthly group Zoom meetings. So every month you can join the growing community of students that have taken these courses, and you can ask any questions you want live in person on Zoom and broadcast on YouTube. It also has some major discounts on the products that we all use. Currently we're offering discounts on Arturia, Heaviosity, Cinesamples, Project Sam. So if you're already looking to invest in some new libraries, you can literally save thousands of dollars if you become a student. And these discounts are all year round, not limited time. And in case that wasn't good enough, we're going to be offering the Music Weeklies community a special discount code for the Game Music Essentials Masterclass. The code is Challenge30. All right, and it's good for 1 week on Game Music Essentials. So come visit tomsalta.com/masterclass. Check it out, and you might really enjoy it. All right, thanks again, Music Weeklies. Hope to see you all soon. Bye-bye.